2회 수능 영어 독해 미니 모의고사
Number 1. For many years, smoking was considered nothing more than a pleasurable diversion. But in 1964, a U.S. Surgeon General's report changed this by officially declaring that there was a link between smoking and health problems. This announcement kick-started a series of reforms aimed at cutting the use of tobacco. Soon after, in 1966, a warning from the Surgeon General was placed on all cigarette packs. Then, in 1969, Congress passed the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act, which strengthened the wording of the warnings and made it illegal to advertise tobacco on radio and television. Cigarette makers denied that their products were harmful, but their customer base continued to decline. Since the release of the Surgeon General's report, the public perception of smoking has been completely transformed. The habit has become stigmatized, and smoking has been banned in most public places. Most importantly, smoking rates in the U.S. have dropped by 50%. Thanks to government action and societal progress, this dangerous habit has significantly declined.
Number 2. Time is unlike spatial dimensions. In the dimension of space, one can move either forward or backward, generally without any restrictions. In the dimension of time, on the other hand, one can move forward but not backward, a fact that has a significant effect. It preserves the law of cause and effect. It does so by ensuring that cause always precedes effect, as opposed to the other way around. The irreversibility of time is actually due to the law of entropy, which states that the disorder of the universe is constantly increasing rather than decreasing. Think of a dropped plate. It easily moves into a broken state of disorder and can never be completely returned to its original state of order. The law of entropy applies to every system. For this reason, moving backward in time is impossible, as it would reverse cause and effect, thereby decreasing disorder.
Number 3. In every industry, businesses need to constantly look at where they are now and ask themselves how they need to change. The need to change often arises from factors that are internal to the business itself, like a push to increase profits or the realization that operations are not running as well as they could. Change can also be needed because of external factors, such as shifting customer preferences or new competitors that are starting to eat away at a business's market share. Legislation may necessitate new practices, or new technology require updated products or processes. There are countless once thriving businesses that have ceased to exist because of their reluctance to adapt to our ever-changing world. On the other hand, many of today's top companies have been successful precisely because they have been able to adapt to an evolving environment.
Number 4. In multicultural societies, minority cultures make efforts to integrate themselves into the dominant culture. However, if this minority culture is more or less an extension of a neighboring country, this is not always the case, especially in areas that used to actually belong to that other country. By the 2070s, Mexicans and people of Mexican descent will make up the majority of the population in an area extending about 200 miles above the current U.S.-Mexico border. This area will span through California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, and it will include a large amount of territory that the U.S. acquired from Mexico following the Mexican-American War. Due to this region's history and its geographical location, it will develop differently from other areas with large immigrant populations, basically becoming a cultural and economic extension of Mexico. In every way but legally, the border will have moved north.
Number 5. Many people consider robots to be a source of relief from overwhelming technology. In Japan, companion robots are advertised as a way to bring people out of cyberspace and back into the real world. In order to combat the stress and anxiety brought on by an excess of technology, yet another technology designed to entertain and relax us is seen as the solution. Opinions have clearly shifted since the days when robots were viewed as a sign that technology was getting out of control. Nowadays, robots are seen as guardians for the modern world. They have become reassuring symbols of science's ability to offer solutions to whatever problems might come our way. By placing our faith in robots, we convey a strong optimism that no matter what goes wrong, science will come to our rescue. In a world that always seems to be getting more complicated, robots have become our unexpected saviors.